This video is made under fair use and is for educational purposes. This is Kim Paddock. My last video that I made was called Autism, 10-Year-Old Victor Speaks, a Breakthrough in Healing, Victory Oil. And during this video, I went through all of the vaccinations for children 0 to 15 months. And I decided I would grab one of those vaccinations that is now so-called required and take a look at it. So you'll see this chart that I went through in the last video from birth to 15 months. And if you count every dose of vaccine that these children get, it's between 27 and 30 doses. And you'll notice right here, COVID-19. Right there. Now they're requiring the fake vaccine for the fake virus for babies. So let's see what else we can find here. Oh, let's go to the Mayo Clinic and see what they say. COVID-19 vaccines for kids, what you should know. If children don't frequently experience severe illness with COVID-19, why do they need a COVID-19 vaccine? Well, that's a good question. While rare, some children may become seriously ill with COVID-19, which is the flu, after getting the virus, there's no virus, that causes COVID-19, which backwards means demon in a box. Let's see, what's available to children. Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna, Novavax. And then they say children ages 6 months to 4 years. For children ages 5 through 11, vaccine studies, blah, blah, blah. But then they talk about the side effects down a little lower on the page after they tell you, quote, unquote, safe and effective. Children given COVID-19 vaccines have side effects similar to those faced by adults. The most commonly reported side effects include pain, redness, or swelling where the shot was given, tiredness, headaches, chills, muscle pain, joint pain, swollen lymph nodes. Children's ages 6 months through 3 years might cry and feel sleepy or lose their appetite after vaccination. Yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg. Similar to adults, children have side effects within 2 days after vaccination that typically last 1 to 3 days. More children reported these side effects except for the injection site pain after the second dose of the vaccine. Oh, now they want more than 1 dose. However, some people have no side effects. Until later, maybe. It isn't recommended that you give your child a pain relief medication before vaccination to prevent side effects. Ask your healthcare team about giving pain relief medication. Can COVID-19 vaccines affect the heart? Oh, now they're going to make it seem normal that children have heart problems after receiving COVID-19 vaccines. In some people, COVID-19 vaccines can lead to heart complications called myocarditis and pericarditis. Myocarditis is the swelling and inflammation of the heart muscle. Why would you give this to your child? Pericarditis is the swelling, also called inflammation, of the lining outside the heart. The risk of myocarditis or pericarditis after a COVID-19 vaccine, it's rare. These conditions have been reported after a COVID-19 vaccination with any of the 3 available vaccines. Most cases have reported in males aged 12 to 39. If your child develops myocarditis or pericarditis after getting a COVID-19 vaccine, talk to a healthcare professional before getting another dose of the vaccine, because I'm sure they know everything. Of the cases reported, the problem happened more often after the second dose. Of course it did, because they just injected a whole lot more into you. Long-term side effects. Oh, see? Safe and effective, even though they just told you could get myocarditis or pericarditis, heart disease, from the ages of 0 to 15 months old after the first shot. These people. It's the Khazarian Jewish mafia, by the way. They're called secret Satanists, and they run this government, which is not your government, please. This is mind control. Oh, what happened to 8 weeks to flatten the curve? Remember that? Oh, it's okay, 8 weeks to flatten the curve, and then it turns into 10 weeks to crush the curve. Yay! And of course, Trump supports the vaccines. Of course he does. He's a billionaire. How do you think he made his billions? It wasn't on real estate. He would have had to sell whole countries for that amount of money. Oh, how to get society vaccinated. West Nile will kill us all. SARS will kill us all. Bird flu will kill us all. Swine flu will kill us all. On and on they go. Fear works every single time. Now let me ask you this. If you are a Christian and you claim to be saved and you go to church every Sunday and listen to your Masonic preacher and you're not and you think you're entering the kingdom of heaven after you die, why are you so afraid of death that you would do this? Question. Oh, let's look at this here. The COVID-19 vaccination storage, preparation, and administration chart. Now you'll notice the super cold temperatures that they keep these vaccines. I mean super cold, minus 90 to minus 60 degrees. Have you ever thought about why they would keep these vaccines so cold? Because in every single type of the COVID vaccine bioweapon, they have found the eggs of at least 8 deadly parasites. They have to keep it cold so these parasites don't hatch before they inject them into your body. Here's another one. The COVID vaccine is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Sterility, blood clots, cancer, prion disease, Bell's palsy, death, heart attacks, miscarriages, strokes, and gene therapy. Oh, at times the cattle brand themselves. I wonder if they're even still alive. These brainwashed people. Father speaks to pharmacist after his son was diagnosed with myocarditis caused by the COVID vaccine. That child's probably not still alive because they didn't effectively treat his myocarditis. And I've done a lot of videos about the contents of this so-called vaccine. Cesium-137 was found in this vaccine. Human 5G antennas, electronics forming in people. I recommend that you go to my channels and watch some of these videos and get caught up. It's under Oracle News on BitChute, or you can go to Rumble under Kim Paddock. Parasites, proteins, prions. Gain of function causes deadly diseases. That's a good one. I talk a lot about the parasites in there. And this is a human heart. And this is one of the parasites that will kill you. Another one is Trypanosoma cruzi, which specifically causes myocarditis and pericarditis. All diseases caused by parasites, prions, funguses, and poisons. And here's an interesting video that's on YouTube. National Geographic said parasites have killed more humans than all the wars in history. They always have to put the truth in front of your face. It's a karma thing. These Khazarian Jews, if they put it in front of your face and you still don't see it, then you're fair game. They think they've got their bases covered here. So here we have, I'll just show a few pictures of what was found. Normal blood cell and vaccinated blood. Dr. Van Welbergen. We have never seen anything like this. These strands or tubes appear to be hollow. It's really odd. When you really expand it, you can see some cells in it, but we don't know if it's a crystalline structure or organic. The few healthy cells are circled. The rest are cracked and fractured. They're finished. That's not healthy blood. We see it again and again. So not only do you have to worry about the deadly parasite eggs in the vaccines, you have to worry about these self-assembling whatever they are. Here's another one. Blue graphene ribbons. And they put the graphene in there. It seems to help make you a human antenna, amongst other things. Massive hand-sized blood clots in cadavers after the vax. So in some people it turns their blood into rubber. There's some more of the clots taken out. Then we have DNA being changed at the quantum level. And these sort of structures are forming in the vaccinated blood. And we have these structures forming in the vaccinated blood. Obviously, they have much higher technology than we've ever been told about. COVID-19 vax ingredients. Childhood wellness plan is 72 shots to the age of 6 and more on the way. Yay! Look at all the shots around this baby. What are we doing? We have lost our minds. Now we get to a little bit of the spiritual aspect, because it always has a spiritual aspect. Revelation 7:3-4. And they talk about the 144,000, which will be the ones that will be raptured. The father has 72,000 genomes, and the mother has 72,000 genomes, which is 144,000. It's not the number of people. It's the people that didn't take the mark. Add 72,000 more through mRNA technology equals 216,000. They're adding another strand of DNA to turn you into a cyborg and own you through a patent. 600 times 60 times 6 is 666. They will love to put that in your face. Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000. And we talk about skull and bones. Nicholson, 1968, has some of the best videos I've ever seen for waking people up. So I recommend you go to his website and watch some of them if you haven't. He's amazing. 322 is the Skull and Bones Society of Harvard University, which has, in which many of our presidents have gone to school. This is a death cult. The 322 talks about the triple helix DNA. 22 plus 22 plus 22 equals 66. So there's the third strand they want to put on there, 322. They put it right in your face. If you don't see it, you're fair game. Now we'll talk about the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. I do have the book here. Make your sons and daughters and apothecaries, that they may take away Christian lives. And this was spoken of in 1489, so they've been at this for quite a while. This is sorcery and witchcraft. Pharmakia means the use of sorcery, witchcraft, and drugs to manipulate, control, and kill people, by the way. Then I wrote this. There are 10 patents involving the Q-dot technology under crown. So there's 10 crowns in this AI bioweapon technology. Revelation 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Revelation 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Vaccination equals 666. And a certain gematria. They have several types of gematria. Now, the parasite that I focus on here that causes the myocarditis in children or anybody that has had this so-called vaccine bioweapon is Trypanosoma cruzi. So let's look at the symptoms of Trypanosoma cruzi in the body, which was one of the deadly parasite eggs found. Symptoms secondary to bradycarditis or tachyarrhythmiasis, palpitations, fainting, sudden death. Symptoms of heart failure, dyspnea, pain in the right hypochondriatic region. It's due to congestion, pulmonary congestion. Symptoms secondary to venous and systematic thrombolytic events. Wow, big words, huh? They love to put big words in there. Pulmonary or systematic emboli or embolism. Myovascular abnormalities. Yeah. Why don't your doctors know about this? Because they never teach them. They don't want them to know. Unless they're part of the satanic Luciferian cult, the Masons or Khazarian Jewish Mafia. This is Trypanosoma cruzi. Just so you know what this vicious little devil looks like. And here are some symptoms. Oh, this is a polio. By the way, when I was a child, we only had 3 shots. And one of them was polio, which you can go onto the CDC and still read about polio, which they caused. Polio broke out in a small town. And the reason that it only broke out in that small town was because these monsters sprayed the poison onto crops around that town that those people ate. And so suddenly they started getting polio. Now, polio very well might be caused by a particular parasite because there's hundreds of parasites. I had the polio vaccine when I was a kid, and I have 3 curvatures in my spine that nobody could ever account for. There was no possible reason that they should be there. But I think if you want polio, get the polio vaccine. I did, and it damn near crippled me. I had a lot of pain in my back for many, many years until now, because I figured out how to fix that too. So if you want polio, get the polio vaccine. Now they are giving kids 30 shots before they're 15 months old. Because, you know, one kind of poison isn't enough. So what I'm telling you is, if you've ever been vaccinated, we're all vaccine injured. Because look at down here what this says. Polio symptoms: sore throat, fever, tiredness, nausea, headache, stomach pain. Symptoms usually last 2 to 5 days and then go away. A smaller portion of people with poliovirus infection will develop other more serious symptoms that affect the brain and spinal cord. Meningitis, which is infection of the covering of the spinal cord and or brain, occurs in 1 1 to 5 out of 100 people with poliovirus infection. And they blame it on the infection, of course. Paralysis, can't move parts of the body. Weakness in the arms, legs, or both. Occurs in about 1 to 200 people to 1 in 2,000 people, depending on the virus type. Paralysis is the most severe symptom associated with poliovirus because it can lead to permanently disability and death. Oh, between 2 and 10 out of 100 people who have paralysis from poliovirus infection, they call it an infection there and a virus up above. Right, because the virus affects the muscles that help them breathe. Even children who seem to fully recover can develop new muscle pain, weakness, or paralysis as adults 15 to 40 years later. They call this post-polio syndrome. So even back then, they had vaccines that wouldn't affect you for 15 to 40 years. So they know how to stage these vaccines so that they'll kill you later on. So you can't trace it back to the vaccine 40 years later. You would never think that, oh, gee, I got a polio vaccine 40 years ago and it may have caused me all this problem now. You would never put this together. So they space out the timing of what they do so that you can't lead it back to what they have really done. Anyway, here's another video I did called The Biblical Link Between Parasites and Demons, and the Ancient Chinese Agree. The ancient Chinese knew what parasites could do in your body. They were very good at eliminating them, and they called them demons because they could change your behavior so acutely. There's several of these parasites that are said to cause people to be gay. I kid you not, it's in one of my videos, and it's nothing I said, it's what some other people came to the conclusion of. They can cause mental illnesses like schizophrenia. They can cause paralysis. They can cause myocarditis. They can cause you to eat the kind of foods that these parasites like to eat, like junk food. All the garbage that they put in your body, full of parasite eggs too, a lot of it. They get these parasite eggs into us in many, many ways. Directly through vaccines, in your food, in your water, everything, every way that they can. Because they know parasites have killed more people in history than anything else. Parasites are demons. I believe it's true. Because once I got rid of parasites by taking holy oil, certain parasites, I took holy oil and killed a lot of the gut parasites. All that junk food tasted terrible after I did that. I don't even know why I ever ate them except for the parasites wanted them. They love that junk food. How do you get infected by parasites? So anyway, we'll go through this list. Contaminated food can transmit the eggs of many parasites, including tapeworms and amoebas. Raw or undercooked fish can contain tapeworms, liver flukes, and giant kidney worms. The microscopic parasite that causes toxoplasmosis, which is the second leading cause of death from foodborne illness in the U.S., is caused by eating raw or undercooked pork, lamb, or goat. Goat? Do you eat goat? They put that in here just to laugh at us, by the way, because we do understand that the goat is of demonic symbolism to these people. See Baphomet. Goats are big to them. We don't eat goats. Unwashed fruit and vegetables can be infected with whipworms. Oh, whipworms are vicious. Water can be contaminated by liver, blood, and intestinal flukes and microorganisms like Giardia. VIA animals, as worms can be passed to humans from exposure to pigs, raccoons, dogs, cats. Cats carry lots and lots of diseases and parasites, by the way. So it's good that if you have any of these animals, and you should give them the same thing you should take to get rid of these parasites, and we'll get into that in a while. Water contaminated by liver, blood, and intestinal flukes and microorganisms. Let's see, insects, the most notorious being sleeping sickness, which spreads by tsetse flies, but also mosquitoes, which spread malaria, and ticks, which spread Lyme disease fevers. And I do believe that those particular insects carry the eggs and larvae of these deadly parasites. Poor sanitation and fecal contaminated water. Sexual contact, yes, of course. Any close contact with somebody with parasites will put you in danger. Poor personal hygiene, like not washing your hands, increasing the risk of oral or fecal contamination. And that's true. You should stay clean. Here's some of the types of parasites in the human body. Roundworms, hookworms, flukes. The flukes get into your brain and can cause lots of mental disorders. Tapeworms, nematodes, and so forth. So now that we've gone through all of that, we'll take a look at what else I have. I do have a site called kimpaddock.com, www.kimpaddock.com, and I go through the years of research that I have done on the so-called corona vaccine, nanos and disease. There are nanoparticles that carry diseases, and they are tiny computers that can assemble more of themselves from the fluids in your body. This is amazing. And I found out how to draw them out, by the way. You can draw them out and at least help stop the flow of some of this. The vaccinated are 5G towers, EMFs, and radiation in the shots. We'll go down here a little ways. Graphene oxide in the vaccine. Spike proteins and blood clots. Diseases caused by the vaccine. The Trojan horse in the vaccine. Parasites in the vaccine. Creatures in the vaccine. But those creatures are actually parasites. They make them sound all mysterious, but they're parasites. Mental and physical problems caused by the vaccine. And then I say, what can we do? What we can do is get some products that kill parasites and help get those heavy metals out of your body, and pull the nanos out of your body so that there isn't a transportation system in your body to deliver the toxins and so forth that they have planned for you. But anyway, my products have been banned on eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, even though they are legal. My products are made from the hemp plant, which contains no THC. I began studying natural healing and herbal medicine in 1976, and I have wondered why all cannabis, including commercial hemp that has no THC, were made illegal. In 2016, I extracted the pure frequency of the hemp plant and found out that it healed a multitude of diseases and pain when applied to the skin. So we'll go down here and take a look at a partial list of what these products help. I have a lot of products here. And I also have a list of which products you can use for what disease. Our customers report that Miracle skincare products such as Spruce Frequency Cream and Miracle Tincture Gel and Spray have healed them from the pain and swelling caused by arthritis, tendinitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, fibromyalgia, COPD, eczema, neuropathy, which is nerve damage, muscle, joint, and back and neck pain, neuromuscular diseases, fungal infections, athlete's foot, restless leg syndrome, and more. Our customers also reported the healing of skin cancers, internal cancers, burns, sunburns, bug bites, and stings. So I go through what you can use for cancer here. This person here had eczema that would never heal. And this is after only 3 days of using spruce frequency cream about 3 times a day. So raise your frequency and heal yourself, people. That frequency also kills those parasites, which is why they want to keep our frequency so low. We are energetic beings. We are energy. And they have lowered our energy to the point that we do have these diseases now, and we should never have these diseases. And your doctor's not going to help you, because if he can't tell you what causes these diseases, how's he going to fix it? All he is a drug dealer for Big Pharma. So I go through cancer, COPD, and lung conditions. And COPD is brutal. It's a condition that causes fluids to build up in your lungs and you slowly drown to death. And that's because your frequency in your lungs is so low that you can't even cough up the phlegm in your lungs. So raise your frequency and heal yourself. I go through heart disease, HIV, and AIDS, which is a huge spectrum of diseases, all caused by parasites, and they will never tell you that. And CBD kills T. cruzi. I wonder why they won't let me advertise my products anywhere. Probably because I understand what causes these diseases and how to help repair it and stop it from happening in the first place. They hate this plant. They always have. They made cannabis illegal in 1938. And I talk about parasites there. And here's the continuation, which products to use for your pain and disease. Weight loss, diabetes, and that picture above is when she got surgery. And about 3 weeks later, look at that, just using Miracle Tincture Gel around that thing. And in 3 months, you can hardly tell she had surgery. Her doctor was amazed because he doesn't understand anything. They just chop, cut, hope it never comes back. So I go through weight loss and diabetes. Yes, diabetes can be controlled. Your blood sugar is leveled out effectively so that you can take the proper dosage of medications. I do not recommend that you stop medications for diabetes, but you can certainly control it better and reduce the amount of medication you take. And in some cases, you may be able to stop, but you need to consult your doctor because it can be dangerous to just stop a medication that you're on. I do not recommend that you do that. So I say for diabetes, holy oil and victory oil. Now, holy oil is fantastic for diabetes. I just had a man call me last night that had type 2 diabetes, and he took holy oil and victory oil at night before bedtime for 2 days. And his blood sugar count dropped from 280 to 150 in 2 days. And it will level out and make it so much easier for him to handle this problem. Take you out of the danger zone if you know what to do. Oh, victory oil, holy oil, and frequency tea will help you with sleep and weight loss, including giving you a lot of vitamins and minerals and antiparasitics. Antiparasitics are in everything I make. Arthritis, tendonitis, carpal tunnel syndrome. I had carpal tunnel syndrome in my left arm and it's gone. It didn't even take very long. I used the spray on it for about 3 weeks and the pain was gone. Carpal tunnel's gone. There's no need to chop you up and have surgery. Skin conditions, eczema, psoriasis, sores, and age spots. Yes. neuropathy, paresthesia, and nerve damage. I've got a lot of nerve damage, and my products have healed a lot of it. Tooth decay, gum disease, plaque, and oral pain. I just made a tooth powder that does everything I say. I'm not lying. It's formulated to clean and whiten your teeth, remove plaque, prevent and heal gum disease, stop bleeding gums, increase bone strength, prevent bad breath, and stops pain. It will do all of that, and not for a very big price. I don't like to have somebody go in my mouth and scrape all that stuff off of there, causing me to get more cavities later, and pay them $220 to do it. $14 worth of this will last you quite a while and keep you from needing to go to the doctor. It actually started filling in one of my decayed teeth. I had a cavity forming on a front tooth, and the tooth powder, because it has pearl powder in it, which contains 30 minerals and a calcium that's 100% usable by your body, it started filling it in. So it's no longer a big cavity. It's almost filled in entirely now after a couple of months, and I only use it once a day. So the more you use it, the better off your results will be. And your mouth is very important for your health. So that's number one. You need to take care of that. There it is, amazing CBD tooth powder. And this is the Victory oil that I formulated for Victor, who has low functioning autism on a level 3, which is the worst one you can get. And I named it after Victor. It was the most complicated extract I've ever made. It helps, let's see, prevent and heal serious diseases and pain, is an immune system builder, a heavy metal detox agent, prevents radiation poisoning, absorbs radiation, removes toxins, and kills parasites. Has no THC. And you only need to take a teaspoon a day, and no more than 3 teaspoons a day. You don't want to have too much. It's very concentrated. You can give it to your pets. Since your pets have got parasites too, and you can get them right back from your pets, you really need to treat your pets too. And it will so help their health. They'll be so happy. Their hair will get glossy. They will be so much more happy. I've seen dogs that couldn't barely walk after using some of my products get up and run. It also contains vitamins A, B, D, and E, magnesium, calcium, potassium, and 3 types of essential fatty acids, which helps lower high blood pressure and blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, helps with heart disease, obesity, prevents free radicals from damaging cells, and prevents cancer. CBD hemp bud contains CBD, which is another cancer-fighting agent, heals broken bones, increases bone density, so there's helpful for your teeth, helps with epilepsy, pain, arthritis, anxiety, depression, acne, Parkinson's disease, kills parasites, inflammation, and more. So we have a lot of good ingredients in here. And glycerol monostearate is added to thicken the oil and keep all of the elements in suspension. This ingredient also hydrates the body, lowers the heart rate, increases the amount of red blood cells, and is used by athletes for endurance. French green clay is used to take poisons from your body, removes radiation, and protects your body from radiation poisoning. Green clay also delivers essential minerals, balances your natural equilibrium, fights infections, anemia, aging, candida, and treats food poisoning. Pumpkin seed oil kills the most damaging parasites that cause HIV/AIDS, which is a whole family of debilitating illnesses such as multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, tuberculosis, and wasting syndrome. And you'll see that in deer. They are contaminating the deer with parasites that they spray down from the chemtrails onto the grasses that these animals eat. That wasting syndrome, can be taken care of. To name a few, the parasites eat pumpkin seed oil and it is fatal to them. So as you can see, I've put a lot of effort and thought into this. And after about 9 months of working with Victor and formulating this, Victor has spoken. Victor could never speak. Victor banged his head against the wall and screamed and cried. And I don't blame him, because they poisoned him with vaccines and caused all that damage to him. So we're trying to break Victor out of the box that Pharmakia put him in and help everybody to get well. So now you've had a little education today. If I seem a little irritated, now you know why. Because we live in the land of nonsense. People need to get their skills up to delineate what's going on here, to make rational decisions, to look at everything rationally. And anyway, thank you for listening. Please subscribe and like my channel. And if you want to support me and get yourself well at the same time, check out Miracle Products. I'll leave a link below to that and to at least one of my videos so you can link to them as well and get educated. Please don't put these poisons in your children. Enough is enough. We are all vaccine injured now. All of us. We need all the help we can get. This is a terrible time in our history. We need to fight these people. We need to take back our governments and our countries from these Khazarian Jews and their handlers, which I made a video of too. I don't know if you're awake enough for that one, but you can certainly watch it and see. Welcome to Revelation.